There's a first time for everything. I've never really seen a heckler get the best of a comedian, but like I said, there's a first time for everything. Here you're gonna have a female comedian get into it with a male heckler, and she's going to lose her cool. Now, I'm not saying that this has never happened before. I've seen, comedians kind of lose it, but not necessarily because of a heckler. They'll just lose it because the crowd in general is not messing with them, or they're not getting the response that they want to hear. Or I've seen comedians break down over their own material being too harsh, but I've never really seen a heckler really get under a comedian's skin so bad that they lose, like they just completely lose it. So here we're going to have this female comedian here, fair use, by the way, and let's see her reaction to this male heckler.
Right now, well, I can roast you too. You can't just roast all of us and get out there.
I see. So you were afraid because you felt like I was saying your name.
I can take the mic. Come on.
Okay, he's your new friend.
I'll say this, it is such a hard time in this world right now. There's so many people that came together to be supportive and fucking amazing, and you're putting negative, no, fucking look me guys, you're putting negative fucking energy out here. This is the last show of my fucking, look me in the fucking eye. It's the last show of my fucking weekend. It's a sold out show, and you want to say mean shit to me, okay? So don't fucking do that.
Right now,
well, I can roast you too. You can't just roast all of us and get out there.
So what do you guys think of that? I'm not gonna roast her too bad because I've always said this on my channel. I don't think there's any funny female comedians out there, and unfortunately, this video it does not help. Usually, when a comedian, I'm talking about from any gender, race, whatever, sexuality, whatever. I'm even Transformer comedians. I didn't see even Transformer comedians I've seen. They be destroying hecklers because it's a layup. Usually when hecklers do their things to the comedians and it's just somebody yelling, it's usually an alley-oop for the comedian to just get an easy dunk on him, and it actually livens up the show because the comedian usually has something quick-witted to say back. So this is where now I'm looking at somebody like this woman here, and I'm looking at her like, you know what? Maybe this profession might not be for you. No disrespect to her. I don't know what her name is. I might have to look it up after the show. So right here, let me show you something real quick. All right, let me show you something real quick because I saw this video off a page. So right here, the caption of this video, it was a woman reposting this video and probably a female TikToker that reposted the video. And her caption was, "This is one of the most amazing things I've ever seen." But this was really the male heckler. That was the opportunity to basically make a joke out of him. But instead of joking at him, she basically spazzed out at him like, like he was her boyfriend, or he was her ex that cheated on him and left a permanent, mental scar on her. That's basically how she spazzed out on him. She spazzed out on him like she wanted to do to all men that quote unquote did her wrong. That's kind of what it came across to me. Instead of making a joke out of it, I've even seen unfunny female comedians. They'll interact with the crowd and they can actually make content out of it. I've actually shown you certain female comedians where even though they weren't funny, but because somebody started heckling or putting stuff, they were able to flip it and turn it into something. That's what comedians usually do. But in her case, I mean, she just completely flips out. So they're saying this is completely epic. She sounded like she was about to cry. Oh, I guess they have an extension from that. Oh, there's more to it. So let's look at the extension of the mental breakdown that she had on stage.
You can leave. Guy's texting his friend. It's so cute. You can leave too. I won't be offended. LOL, what a fucking clown. I did warn you I would get kicked out. Man, she is sensitive, especially for a comedian. No!
So he did leave, but you yelled at him like what the fuck? Usually, dude, I've seen dudes charge up on stage on male comedians. I'm talking about over jokes. I mean, I'm talking about the dude smiling and telling jokes, and the dudes would like charge up on stage on men. Now, I can't even fathom to think if if a male comedian like a say one of these male comedians if say if let me use him. If Gary Owens, right? A white male comic, right? Because usually he does like black crowds. That's usually what he does is his comedy tailors towards black people. If Gary Owens, a white male comic, were to go in somebody's face and do what she just did, if I can bring it back, let me bring it back. Let me bring it back. Let me bring it back right here where she spazzes out.
I'll say this, like, it is such a hard time in this world right now. There's so many people that came together to be supportive and fucking amazing, and you're putting negative. No, fucking look me guys. You're putting negative fucking energy out here. This is the last show of my fucking. Look me in the fucking eye. It's the last show of my fucking weekend. It's a sold out show, and you want to say mean shit to me, okay? So don't fucking do that.
Like I could imagine Gary Owens did some shit like that and talk about to a black fan. Motherfucker would have charged the stage. You know what I mean? Like people could have charged. Yeah, like I didn't see comics get charged on stage over joke. I'm talking about over jokes from other men. You know what I mean? So, I'd advise the woman here. I guess her name is what, Natalie Cuomo. I guess that is her name. Let's do some research on her. Cuomo. Oh Lord, have mercy. These people are not comedians, bro. Oh my God. These people, like I'm looking at her, I'm like, these are not comedians, man. These are what you call these people? Like these are like activists. Let me see. Natalie Cuomo. 1 million followers. How she got 1 million followers? Oh, she's gonna be in Hamden, Connecticut, on February 8th. Who's gonna? What? How do these people get the followers that they have? No disrespect, but I don't see it. Where's she gonna perform? I might go. I might go.
Okay, wait. What made you want to ask him?
Why are you making it sound like we're a couple?
Oh my God! Don't get
It's
scared.
not my fault.
What? Oh, it's not that. Wow, it's not that. Wow, look at you.
Yeah.
I could leave right now. If
Well, I can
wanted.
roast you too. You can't just roast all of us and get nothing.
Whoa!
Is that not fair?
I see. So you were afraid because you felt like I was saying you're
I can take
gay.
the mic. If you want.
It's okay. He's your new friend.
Oh, then of course. So I found the full context of the video, and of course, in the middle of it, I must have missed it. But yeah, she did try to insinuate that he was a rainbow. Anyway, man. But I don't. So she was saying that he was saying mean stuff to her. I'm not saying he was right to complain. I'm just saying he wasn't saying anything mean. That was an easy slam dunk for her, but she just ends up spazzing out on the guy. What is, yeah, like shout out to this guy right here in the comment section. He said if a male comedian got this angry, he would have been criticized endlessly. Facts. Somebody said cringe is F. You should be embarrassed to even post something like this. But like I said, I'll say this: a lot of women are so tone deaf, they don't even realize that they're wrong. And I'm talking about I'm talking about this. They do stuff. They'll post thing online, and they don't even realize that they're in the wrong. For example, I literally saw a video, I think one day ago or 2 days ago, where this woman recorded her husband basically reprimanding her. And the guy was explaining, like, look, I'm doing all this stuff. You're telling me I got to clean the dishes, I got to do this, I got to do that. And I'm coming from work and you're at home basically doing nothing. He's saying I'm working. Now he said, I'm not only am I working and providing for two, I'm also coming home and doing the dishes and doing the housework. And because you asked, and now you got me in here yelling at you because I'm literally doing everything and you're still complaining about nothing. So she recorded her husband doing that. And you could tell that she provoked him too. And basically she had recorded him to make him look bad. But even the people in the comment section, I'm talking about the men and women, are like, wait, so he's doing everything and you're literally doing nothing, and then you're recording him for what? Because he's yelling at you or reprimanding you? Because women will do stuff like they'll post this and they'll just think I'm in the right. I've seen women like post things about their husbands and stuff like that, and then once they get called out by even other women, they'll be like, "Oh no, it's a skit." I've seen stuff like this. So yeah, they don't. I've always said this, and I don't know if I can post. I don't know if I have the graphic that I like to post. This is graphic that I like to post, and this is also why women are just not funny in general, and it's not necessarily their fault. They're just not really required to be funny. But somebody had asked me on a live stream a while ago the difference between amoral and immoral, right? So the definition of immoral versus amoral, right? And I had the perfect picture at one point. But let's see if I can bring that up for you. The definition of amoral versus immoral. I'm going to bring it up for you in a second, but in the meanwhile, I will read the definition. Amoral describes someone or something not influenced by moral principles or lacking any moral sense. Immoral, an adjective you'd use to describe something that goes against established moral principles or is considered morally wrong on purpose, right? Okay. So for example, let's bring up the example right here. Because I always say women are amoral. They're not necessarily moral or immoral. They're amoral, right? So we see the example that they use for amoral is literally a cat knocking over a vase. Immoral, a guy literally robbing a woman or somebody that he knows he can get, and he's breaking the law. That's immoral, right? So people might wonder, why am I bringing this up in pertains to female comics making jokes? Women don't necessarily have to go through life. They don't have to be funny to get what they want. They don't necessarily need certain skill sets, especially nowadays. They don't even need skill sets to get what they want. They just get what they want. If they look a certain way, if they're at a certain age, if they fit the certain whatever. And even not now with the women, with American women just gaining weight, being fat, and blah blah blah, they're still getting men to sleep with them. So they're like, what's the incentive? There's no incentives for when you have a society with women that don't really have an incentive to be better, whether it be in comedy, whether it be entertainment, singing, whatever. In their mind, as long as I got this thing between my legs, I'm good. There's no lessons for me to learn. There's no moral lessons. You know what I mean? There's nothing that I need to do to really improve. Okay. People might think I'm looking way too deep in this, but this is one of the main reasons why a lot of people just don't find female comedians like what's her name? Natalie Cuomo. Like these people are not funny, unfortunately. And now because you have people like this in the industry, and I don't know how many she got 1 million followers. I don't know if she had that before that viral video. I'm not sure. Maybe that video went viral and she got a lot of feminists and all these stuff. But somebody like that untalented is gonna is gonna be hard. It'd be very hard pressed for somebody like me to take the time, even though it's literally her next show is in my state. I don't even want to bother to even try to go to that, to go through the stress, drive, pay parking, all that to see somebody this untalented. And she was the way she was spazzing. You thought he was saying something like seriously mean. I don't get it. I don't know why she was spazzing out like this, But anyway, good luck to her, And to be fair, even though I think most female comics are not funny, I believe even the unfunny comics, they would be able, a male or female or transformer, they would be able to use that situation with a man in the crowd, not to really rail on him, but just to make a joke out of him or to try to be clever or so. Like usually hecklers, when they go, when they the comedians meet hecklers, it's usually a layup for the comedians to make the show better. But she made it very cringe on herself. So shout out to her. Hopefully she does decide to get better in comedy, but she already has 1 million followers on Instagram. So, you know, who am I?